You frozen?
No.
No. Okay. So, let's just start off with my two topics because that's two solid things we can start some conversation with. I have three actually. Okay, first one. So I was at Walmart and I was buying groceries, and when I was leaving it, I was walking in the parking lot, and in the parking lot they have like these signs for on the liquor store, like in the liquor store parking lot, and you could call the liquor store to have them like have your order ready, and then you could just go and get it picked up. And then I thought it'd be funny if like you just had that shit on speed dial, like your speed dial was like just liquor stores in the area, and that's in like the fastest possible way. Like that'd be so fucking funny. Yeah, thought of that. That made me smile. Next thing, Carrie's Jewish lying habit. So I want to talk about this because you told me that Rocco got beat up by two white kids. That was a fucking lie. First of all,
Wait,
why
he
did you
didn't
lie
beat it?
about the race? Second of all, it was a fence. It wasn't even like black kids. It was just he just hit a fence or some shit.
Did you actually like believe me, or did you know the whole time?
No, I believed you the whole. I believed you until I talked to mom, and then she was like, "No, he hit a fence," and I was like, "Oh, she lied to me." So yeah, that's one of the things in the topic. Yeah. So that's what 30 seconds. We got that down, Gary.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. Third thing I have to say, gym. Let's talk about the gym. I went to the gym today. I hit abs. I did like 70 reps. What did you do? Did you go to the gym?
No,
Of course not. Why not?
because I looked outside and it was snowing. And I was like, nah.
That's pretty demoralizing. You know what sucks? In the past like 2 months, the three people I've talked to the most have all been salesmen trying to sell me on working with them at the exact same job. And I've had to talk to each one of them and pretend like I've never heard of that before. And then like be like, and I just talk to them for like 5, 10 minutes. And then eventually I'm like, yeah, no, it's probably not gonna work out. And then I just walk away.
So they're like, what's the like job? Is they're hiring?
Door to door sales for an alarm system that goes
Can
in
you like do
houses.
that? Something like that?
Yeah, then that's what I say when I talk to them. And then they're like, oh, how was that? And then I talked to these two regular guys, probably like 20 years old. And then today or yesterday, probably or something, I talked to like the boss of the company. He was on like a little Segway riding around, and I walked to the gym with him. Like we walked all the way to the gym together, talking. He's Finnish. His he had like seven uncles, and they ran like a sawmill in Finland, and all of them, seven of them. So think about seven uncles. How many fingers do they have? 10 times 7, right? 70. No, they had 19 fingers combined because every single one of them had multiple accidents at the sawmills that they owned, and they got their fucking hands torn up. But he was telling me all this shit, and it's like fun to talk to people, but it's like, damn, I wish it was a
Maybe you should go work
friend.
for them. Maybe you should go
I,
work with them.
I was kind of thinking about that because they did say they would give me a ride because I was like, I don't have a car. But they were like, no, we can give you a ride there. And I was like, actually considered it for like a
Maybe
second.
they
Maybe they might be like chill and like better than the
they said
last.
I was like the boss or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was really chill. So, I
Maybe
don't
you
know.
should,
Maybe that'll work. I don't know. But
and it's like Finnish, and you've always
no,
had a thing
well,
for.
he was like Americanized like us, not like
Well, I mean, yeah, but like I feel like you've always had a thing for Finland
because my
for some
name.
reason. Yeah,
Yeah,
so maybe it's a sign.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'd rather just focus on music and posting. I was talking to Alan when I was hanging out with him when we watched Super Bowl, and he was like, "Why don't you just post on TikTok?" And I was like, "Yeah, I should." And I tried to go on TikTok to make an account, but you can't get it on your laptop. Like, I'm pretty sure it only works on your phone.
You can do it on your laptop.
I tried to open it on like Chrome or something, and it didn't work.
You can do like TikTok.com or something.
No, it wouldn't work. It said it was blocked because it was unsecure because it takes
Well,
your
now,
information.
oh, okay. Well, now it's like back in the App Store.
Yeah, maybe it's only on the App Store and not like on browser. Because I used to have my account and be able to like post shit from there, but maybe I'll just get the app or something. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, I was talking to Alan about that, and I want to start just like doing that every single day. Like make something, post it.
Well, people do. They have like one song that they make, and they make like 20 TikToks out of it. And it's like the same song.
I don't want to do that. I just want to make different stuff all the time because then it gives me more practice making like more things, more music. Bro, all three of my classes that I have, they like all like intersect with each other weirdly. Like my English class, I read about stuff that has to do with anthropology,
Mm.
and then in my anthropology stuff, I read about stuff that we learn about in English class, and in geography, I learn about meteorology. I think I'm pretty sure it's like maybe just the beginning of the class about meteorology, but so far I feel like I'm just like in a weather class, and but I love it because like I've never learned about the weather so in depth, and I've it's like been something I've never actually like studied, and I've actually am finally like understanding like everything that I didn't know.
Maybe you should be a meteorologist.
That would be kind of fun. And I do like waking up early, so I could wake up like early as fuck and do the weather report at a local thing, and
And
that would be
people always say they like your voice and everything.
yeah. I would dress up in like a gimp costume, like a leather outfit, and have a gag in my mouth, and like try to do the weather through the ball gag. That'd be funny. Um, so yeah, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I accidentally almost went to geography today. Like I don't have it on Fridays; it's only on Monday and Wednesday.
Mm.
And I was just like, I literally got completely ready for it and walked all the way to the class, and then I was like, shit, I don't have it. What am I doing?
Yeah, no, I hate classes Monday because I have a class that goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's stupid because we don't even need the Friday class at all because it's like
Yeah.
whatever.
Hmm.
But I haven't had I didn't have class Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday this week
Damn, that's
because
crazy.
the shooting happened 2 years ago on Thursday, so they canceled class for Thursday and Wednesday, and then I just skipped my sports class today because
Damn,
but
time flies so fast.
he wasn't taking attendance, so
Dude, your professors took attendance.
just for Friday he didn't take attendance.
Hmm.
But no, I had class on Wednesday. I had the sports class on Wednesday, but that was it.
Hmm.
But usually I have astronomy, sports, and planetarium on Wednesday.
That planetarium class, how was that?
That's cool. Well, it's like you watch like it's kind of sucks because it's just like a 5 minute like show of the planetarium, like movie video thing. And then you do a lab.
Oh, the lab is in the planetarium.
Yeah, it's mainly you mainly just do a lab and that's it.
Okay.
I wish there was more like of the planetarium show because I feel like that's what you're there for.
Wait. So if you said they show you the planetarium, but like on a video or not in person or what?
Well, because like the do you know what a planetarium is?
Yeah, isn't it where you like sit there and you're like looking up and it's like you're seeing it, you're seeing
Hmm.
the sky.
And it's like a video or like presentation and like with like projection on it,
Hmm.
and they do that for like 5 minutes, and then the rest of the class it's like a lab.
So the rest of the class is like what, like a worksheet on like what you saw or what?
Yeah, I like a you get like this binder, and then you had a group of with like 5 other people, and then you do like a lab on what you're learning, whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah,
It sucks. So you just sit there
so,
for 5 minutes and you're like having fun,
yeah.
and
So
then
I
the
wish there's
rest.
more. I wish there's more like planetarium rather than lab because I thought it was me like that. But
Hmm. At least it's cool for 5 minutes though, because you never really get to go to a planetarium like ever, unless you
Mhm.
like. It's like a museum or like a
They
zoo.
have one in LA that I really want to go
They have
to.
one here in Orlando, I think. I want to go to one.
You
That'd be
should.
so sick. I think they might have one on campus or something.
They probably do.
Yeah.
Probably get a student discount.
Mhm. Bro, you know what I gotta hit? The pool. I gotta go to the lap pool and I gotta go to like the recreational pool, like just the chill pool.
You just gotta like just sit like lay down and tan and like read a book.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get this hair nice and bright. I have
Mm.
so many books to read
Have
too.
you got like tanned at all?
A little bit, yeah, slowly. It's just that, bro, it is gonna be so hot like in the summer because it's February and it's already getting like
Let me
kind
see.
of too hot sometimes.
It's that's Stewart. No,
Yeah.
give me that weather. 'Cause I'm
Oh
done.
yeah, for real, it's nice, but like, yeah, I hate when it gets up to like the high 80s.
No,
That's uncomfortable.
I like it.
Yeah.
Next week it's gonna be in the 60s.
Mm. Yeah, it would be nice. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Cold front.
Now it's like
That's the kind of stuff we learn about in my geography class. Like now when I look at the weather app, it looks completely different to me because I know everything. I know like so much more than I used to.
yeah, this is our weather.
Holy shit. Wait, what's the temperature right now?
19.
Damn, that's cold.
And we're having like a big winter storm right now. So it's been snowing every single day.
Damn. So it just keeps like adding up every day, getting worse.
Why is it so?
Mhm. What are you doing?
It's like okay, no, it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I hate it. And Kirsten asked me today, does Crew want to like how does Crew like Michigan like Florida? Does he want to go back to Michigan? I was like, no, he doesn't want to go back to Michigan.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy here.
Yeah, she was like asking me like if he like college and everything. He was like, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to. The hardest part is eating enough food to actually start getting big. Because like since the last time weighed myself, which was I was 153, and I weighed myself today, I was 153. So I didn't gain any weight. So I got to gain weight, and I got to eat more. It's so fucking hard. My stomach is so small.
You can't your stomach like expands? Yeah.
Yeah, but it just hurts, you know.
That's Kirsten's goal. She wants to gain weight.
Yeah.
She wants to be I think 140
How
by
much
the
is
end,
she?
by the end of the semester. I think she's like 120 something right now.
She could probably do that if she just started eating, like focus on how much protein she has. She could do that, which is what I need to do. But I'm also never hungry in the morning. I'm only
Yeah.
hungry. I drink coffee and I have fruit, but it's not that like it fills me up on like liquid and like fruit, but not like anything heavy, you know.
Hmm. You're trying to like start like if you're just like doing nothing, you should like eat
Exactly. Yeah.
like bored or whatever. Or like if
Yeah.
you could watch something on YouTube or whatever, you should like
Yeah.
eat whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta like eat more frequently because my goal is to be 225 and also be at 6'6". I want to be 6'6", 225. That's the goal.
That's why you're right now.
I think okay. When I went to Seattle, his mom said I grew, so I'm taking her word for it. I think I grew.
Oh, did
I
you say
don't.
something?
Yeah, she was there.
That was so good.
She was playing her music so loud in her like bedroom. I think it was like through maybe just speakers or something, but it was like
Yeah.
fucking. You could hear the bass like out in the living room. It was crazy.
Yeah, she got like a record player.
Yeah, it sounded like it was like analog, or maybe just really loud. But yeah. Um, what were we just talking about?
Mm,
What are you laughing about? Oh yeah, me being 6'6", 250.
yeah.
I think if okay, hypothetically, okay, actually no,
I think,
this
okay,
is
wait,
wait,
here,
no,
I
let
think,
me finish.
wait,
So
I remember he was this small.
I know for a fact I was 5'11" when I went to the doctor, like less than a year ago. So from then until now, possibly have grown 1 inch, possibly. That means 6 foot, Gary. And from there, 6 inches left to get up to the goal. So what do you think?
Uh,
What was the thought that was in
I
your
was
mind?
gonna say, like, once you get a job, you'll be able to spend, like money on food and everything.
Hmm.
And you
Yeah.
just, like, because you also just gotta, like, eat, I feel like.
Yeah. Also, if I had a job, I'd be walking around, like being more active. So then I would want to eat more, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to. They're building a chemistry building, like they're renovating it or something, and there's like a bunch of construction workers there, and that's like the right next to the path that I take like to the gym every day. So I'm always thinking like, damn, I want to be working with them. They probably make so much money, and like
Do
they
they
could
actually make a lot, like, construction workers, they actually make a lot of money?
for somebody who most of them I'm pretty sure are pretty much uneducated. I think on average they like barely have a GED or something like that. Maybe they actually do need qualifications to do that shit.
Mm, probably.
I think you can get the job without like academic qualifications, but you need to like be certified and shit
Yeah.
for the job. That's probably it. But yeah, like I probably could get one of those jobs, but yeah, I'm trying to get a fucking car, so that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Do you think if I posted fucking music on TikTok like every day, I could make any amount of money off of it?
Yeah,
I,
this one guy on TikTok that I follow, he paid off his student loans from TikTok.
really,
Hmm.
it's crazy. Sorry, I'm trying to plug in my laptop. It says it's about to die. Shit, this won't fucking plug in.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. But how long was he posting until he could pay off like hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Mhm.
Like, do you think TikTok has the fastest growth of like an audience for any like platform?
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just try it.
Yeah, because and I think he's only been posting for like, I think since he posted, the, I think he's been doing it for like 2 years maybe, because he graduated college.
Mm-hmm.
He did it after he graduated. I think he graduated like last year in 2024 or something like that. I
Here, what time did we start?
have no idea.
God damn.
Wait, I'm actually in
We
there.
always fucking do this. Uh,
Wait, I think we've been doing for 20,
okay,
22 minutes.
but,
Let's
okay,
see.
but, um, shit, we can't have dead air. I'm going blank. I'm going blank here.
Oh yeah, also okay, I was thinking about this.
Yep.
So like, because we have to, I feel like we have to promote this somehow, you
No,
know?
okay, okay. Let me tell you my theory for like digital marketing with this. Okay, my theory for this as a tool for my future. Let's spit some game. Okay, this is an avenue to just kind of practice a little bit, but like not put too much thought into it
Heard it.
because then it's more just like pure.
Mhm.
And then the more like artificial like thought we put into it like that, then I feel like it'll get less pure. What do you think?
Yeah. So then we're just gonna like, because nobody's seeing this. It's like,
Yeah, no, actually, I checked the analytics today. 15 people, actually, well, like 500 people like saw the thumbnail. Like 15 people clicked on it, and like two of them looked at it for like a minute and a half. So that's just think about it. For the first like two, like the shittiest like things ever recorded, probably like on a digital platform. Because this is probably like below like Indian level content on TikTok where they're like swimming and shit. Like this is literally probably worse than that. Because I would watch those more than I would probably watch this. But actually, no. My idea though is to upload this one in 2 times speed because I had fun watching that when I was editing it because I watched it in 2 times speed. Just scrub through it to make sure I didn't say the N word. And I think this one I'm gonna upload it in 2 times speed because
I'm gonna like understand what we're saying.
you can because we kind of talk pretty fucking slow. And the TikTok mind, the Gen Z TikTok human mind,
Yeah.
is now capable of hearing words so fast that you can just kind of speech it up. You get it so quick. So we're fine. We might be
That is
like
true. It's actually,
sped up podcast might be the next thing. So maybe we're breaking new grounds here. Mining, we're finding
well, no,
gold. It's
the thing,
1849. We're mining gold in San Francisco.
the thing, the thing is, podcasts are so annoying now because everybody has one.
But if we have ours at 2 times speed, maybe it's better. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, just don't put too much faith into this because it
Well,
might
no,
just be
but
a dumpster fire.
also I think, because you said they watched the first 2 minutes or whatever of it.
One,
We
no, no,
need
no.
like,
Don't say two. Don't say two. 1.1.5 minutes.
we
Not
need
even
like,
2 minutes.
we need like an intro, so then like they watch
That's
first.
what I was thinking too. We also just needed to come in with the bits, like in the first minute, be saying funny shit. That's like what they do on my favorite podcast, Come Down.
We need a comment, someone who comments like the timestamps. I like
Just
what we're saying.
for real. That'd be funny. We should maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just make a third YouTube account and then have that for commenting timestamps on these videos. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of nice. I mean, that would help the viewer. You know what I'm saying? That might be the next
That's
method. To,
because whenever I like listen to podcasts or whatever,
yeah.
I like usually like do that.
You like imagine you're first viewing this, and then you're like, "Fuck this! I'm not listening to a minute and a half of this.
Yeah,
I'll skip through it for a minute and a half." And then he kind of gets all of the information we talk about in 2 hours, in
yeah,
1.5 minutes. Maybe that's what he did. Those two guys, they were just skimming through it. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
The goal is like the gym, just consistency. You know, getting slightly better every time.
Mhm.
This one is like one of those weeks where you got worse for some reason. You don't know why you got worse. Next week will be better. No, I
You,
think the secret is to do it in the middle of the day. Nighttime is probably like
yeah, well,
worse for us.
because I was waiting for you. Because it's like 5 o'clock or whatever, and I was waiting for you to like.
Yeah, I low key completely forgot. Like I'm so like as Dr. K would say, Vata or Veta. I mean, yeah, I think Veta. It's like the wind. Like I'm so like all over the place.
Mm,
Like I'll make plans and then forget that I made the plans
yeah.
like in the middle of the day. And I'm like shit. Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. Kirsten's here.
Oh shit. So now we need probably 40 minutes.
What if we what if we kept that in?
That would be so funny if we kept that in. I was thinking about that because
It isn't gonna be in 2x speed. So I mean,
I mean because that would be kind of funny if we kept that in. When I'm editing it, I'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But mhm. Okay, what else is there to talk about?
I was gonna mention something. Oh yeah, okay. So you know, like Roy Lotus and stuff. So Otis from Roy Lotus used to be like acting and stuff. He's like being an actor and like modeling and stuff. And like I found all of the stuff he was in when he was like acting and stuff. But there's one short film that he made. I can't like find it anywhere. I know people who made it, like the filmmakers, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm literally about to like email these two dudes who made it and just be like, hey, um,
Yeah, just ask them if they can send you the movie
yeah,
because they probably will. Like a lot of I saw a TikTok that said, or it was on Instagram because I don't really use TikTok anymore, but I go into like Instagram Reels sometimes because they'll be either really funny or like some philosophical shit. One of them was like a business thing that was like cold emailing works like a lot of the time. It's like anything where if you just like, go up to 1,000 people trying to do something, some of them will say yes. So like if you cold email 1,000 people trying to do something like that, some of them will say yes. So but yeah,
yeah,
if you tried that, you probably have a chance of actually just getting the movie from them.
yeah.
But also in the future for like work and shit, you can just like cold emails
Wait,
people.
like I'll like email them and be like I'm studying film right now and like
Mhm.
whatever. Should
No,
I
but
like mention that I'm more like I'm a fan of Roy Lotus or like just like keep out the deal and just be like I like saw
yeah, 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 yeah.
I found your work and like I think it's really great and everything. And I noticed on your Instagram you posted about this one short film that I did, but I can't find it on Vimeo anywhere. So it's like where it's at. Yeah.
And it's like it's weird because there's like little boy actor that I'm like looking for, and and you just go along with like the pedophile rap.
No, but it's also the weird thing about it, it's on Letterboxd.
Really
Yeah, and it's like this just like random thing.
random
And
like
the
short
story,
film.
I'll find it. And the like the log line for it, what it's about,
Mhm.
it's so like interesting. It's so like so good.
Really
Yeah.
okay. Phone time. Well,
I'm looking.
damn.
I'm going to
Okay, I will go to something.
see if that's it.
Okay, read it to me because I can't really see it.
Three friends come face to face with mental illness for the first time.
Okay. Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
So you said that was the most interesting thing you've ever seen.
No, I just think it's like a good, it's like an interesting short film. It's not like it's something like stupid and like from the stills
That sounds
from
like the most generic thing I've ever heard, like in my life,
no,
for a
but
short
it's
film.
like okay,
How is that
hold on.
like interesting to you at all?
It's just interesting.
That's crazy.
Um, so and that's what is in it.
Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. Carrie, did you hear about the what is this thing called? The National Archives and Records Administration Facility in Valmeyer, Illinois, located inside a cave. The facility holds up to 2.4 million cubic feet of records, and it takes them like a month to process records. They're like file records by hand. They tricycle around a cave that has file cabinets littered about it. This is how the government operates, and this is how they let people retire who are government employees. And Elon was like, "Yeah, we can fix that. Like in just about any way, we could fix that because it's like so like old. Like
Wait, so it's in a there's like file cabinets in a cave or
I'll show
what?
you a picture here.
Yeah, it's what? Did not see that. Oh, oh, what? So it's
Try
like a warehouse in a cave.
warehouse in a cave, tricycling around with thousands and thousands of files, and that's how like I saw this clip of Elon talking about this shit with like his kid running around and like
Mhm.
Donald Trump sitting on the president's
Oh
desk,
yeah, yeah.
and Elon was like, "Yeah, for some reason, they literally all of the files for the government workers are in a limestone cave, and it takes you have to like go in groups down the elevator shaft. So it's like the most it was so funny the way he was describing more and more layers to how complexly like
And why were they? What was like the? How did
it's
they?
because it was made in the 50s, and
What was the?
in an
What,
underground facility is safer than being above ground for the elements.
but
So especially when they did not
how
have
did he start talking about that? Because I think it's just
I
weird.
just saw it on Twitter, and I just saw that on
Look
Twitter.
what I say on Instagram.
Okay, talk about something. While I look.
Okay. Um. Yeah, that's crazy. You see it?
Wow, very funny. Gary, is that funny or
Did you not? No, I just think the White House posted that.
oh really?
Yeah, the White House,
Jesus Christ, I did not see
which was
that.
insane. Yeah. I'll send
See,
it to you.
I guess I'm so used to it, shit like that now that I'm just like, yeah, sure. Wow. I disagree with the idea. Like David Graeber almost said this verbatim. He said he disagrees with the idea of nation states as like an organization of people
Mhm.
because it's like goes against like biologically how we function, and also it just that's what kind of breeds like the corruption because we're not like we don't have strong locally based like government systems. Most of it is just like a small group of people collect at the top and have like a politician class in the local, in the state, and in the federal. So he was
Yeah.
basically saying like the local matters the most. The national is like completely made up. It's arbitrary, which like everybody think it's crazy how like the maps like control how you actually think about things. Like you can
Yeah.
think about separate countries instead of like just groups of people. Because also if you think about the countries themselves, like the way they're split up is based on kind of European standards, most of them, because of the colonialization over hundreds of years during like
Yeah.
the emergence of capitalism, and all of those are kind of most countries I would say are incorrectly like cut up,
Oh yeah.
like because the groups are like really fucked up, and that causes so many fucking wars and like skirmishes between people.
Or what was really interesting. Um. What was the movie called? Orson Welles. The Third Man. It deals like after it's like after World War II in Germany's. It's like this. It's mentioned in the beginning. As an introduction, and like Germany split up into like four groups. I think it's like the British, maybe France, maybe not France. I don't know about France. Poland, maybe, and maybe Russia or something. Like four different countries like talk a part of like a quarter of Germany, and so it's like split up. And so that was really cool.
Really. And then didn't it
And that's like when Dad like and like Pups and all them were there. It was in that time.
yeah, I wonder when he was born in I don't know if I should say the town. I don't know if that's like a do you think
Well, I
that's a
don't know the
social?
town,
Do you think that's
but
well, I know. Do you think that's a social security question? Like, where was your dad born? I'm pretty sure that's one of them. So maybe I shouldn't give out that information.
well, he was born in like a refugee camp.
Yeah, in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And I always
that's enough
thought like
clues.
growing up, I always thought growing up they went to like a concentration camp because they were Poles.
Yeah, I guess that's like the image I had in my mind too. But
Yeah.
I didn't really. I also knew that they weren't in a concentration camp. Like when I knew about
Yeah.
the concentration camps, I was like, I know they weren't in that shit. Because then he would have told me that. Like I wouldn't
Oh
know
yeah.
that shit. Like
Well, then also Dad wouldn't like be here.
no, because people survived.
No, because he would have been like two or something. And they usually put 2-year-olds in like the gas chambers.
No, I
Because like
just I just saw it like speaking. That's
in the
actually
front.
a perfect segue to the next thing I saw on Twitter because the post above that was about how quote, this is from Dr. Gabor who studied like the Holocaust extensively
Mhm.
because he was actually part of it. Like he was a baby, like dad, like during it. Well, dad was after, but this guy was during it. He's a little bit older. He said, quote, there were no babies in ovens, no mass rapes. So like, there's like some misinformation in the history that's like, they did like a lot of bad stuff, but I did used to think they like actually did like kill babies, but according to him, like he looked at like all of the records like he could find as like a researcher for, he's been
Yeah, but like
researching it since it happened, and
yeah.
he couldn't find evidence of that happening. So like,
But I mean,
I don't know where that
they
came from.
didn't let every single like kid survive, did they?
Oh
So
no,
it just
definitely,
depended on
yeah,
like who was doing the like you live, you die type
exactly,
thing.
yeah. Because if you think about it, like the human element, like the guards, every single one of them was on like a spectrum of like how much they were into the Nazis. Some of them were forced to be there and work
Mhm.
there. Some of them were like neutral about it. They didn't really give a fuck. It was just like a job. Some of them were like gun ho about it and like
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I'm a Nazi. Like this is my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really
Like
want to get into the I forget what they're called, but the trials.
the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah, I really want to get into that because
Yeah, I feel like Carrie, we should minor in not photography but history of the Nazis. I think that's be a funny thing that me and you like both study. That'd be
well,
so
you could.
funny.
I mean, I could minor in
Can you
history.
can you actually do that? Like study them
Yeah.
because they're like probably the most interesting group
Well,
to
I don't
me
know if I could
because
like
like
just.
the hatred that they had, but also they like were so interested in ancient like stuff like I am.
But then also
So
with
that
like
interests me a lot.
and also with like all quiet on the Western Front, like
Yeah,
German soldiers, and like they were just like the English
yeah,
and the
yeah,
French because like
exactly.
they didn't know what they were doing. They were just like
Yeah,
young boys going to
mhm.
war and probably like they didn't really like Nazism or whatever.
Just like how if you change it to American, like
Yeah,
some Americans are gun ho, some Americans are neutral. It's just like doing it for a job because they have nothing else that they can do for work.
yeah,
So then some of them like hate it and like don't want to be there, and they're like, fuck, they have to do that for the draft if it happens.
yeah.
So yeah, it's like and yeah, there's a lot of countries that see us as like, and also like I was talking about this probably I think last week about how we're basically the Fourth Reich because
You didn't know you didn't mention it.
I thought I was saying this for like 20 minutes how like America's basically like how Germany the Nazis were going for the Third Reich
Mm,
But
no,
like, okay, the Third Reich.
I like people say that, but I don't know what.
Like
I have no
it
idea.
means the third reign. I think it was just like a reign of 1,000 years of an empire,
Uh,
and that was their
so what was
goal.
like the first and the second one?
The Romans.
What was the second one?
I want to say the Holy Roman Empire, which was in Germany. The Holy Roman Empire, I think.
What was the second? Romans.
No, yeah, that was the Holy Roman Empire. Was the second one. That was during like the
So then
late.
was it,
First was the Romans, like Rome.
and then okay, so okay, so it was like a separate Roman.
Yeah, because think about it, the Holy Roman Empire was pretty much a collection of like 127.
It
I
was
think
Reich German for something.
hmm,
Is Reich?
it's Reich. But anyway,
Oh, it translates to the Third Empire.
empire. Yeah, it did say
Okay.
empire. Yeah, and basically they wanted to like be the controlling empire of the world for
Hmm.
like 1,000 years, and because they like brainwashed the people into believing that they were like the master race. That's what they say, but I'm not sure 100% because I haven't looked into them. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I was
Also,
like based on like
I
this.
also really want, or I saw this TikTok where
Yeah.
it's like this. They translated like Hitler's speeches when he was like screaming, and it's just like nonsense basically,
No, wait, hold up.
or something like that. I don't know.
Wait
I
a
don't know
minute.
for certain. But
Okay, I saw the same one you did, but I was vibing with it, and I was like,
I forget what he. No, I don't remember anything he said, but I just remembered it was just like weird. I
he
was
was
just like,
very he was. I'm pretty sure he. I don't know how long his meth problem lasted,
yeah,
but
because he
like
was also like really high in meth.
that's why he was such a good like
Because I think
orator.
he was on
He would
He
he
was on had Parkinson's or something.
no he might. I mean, look, I have no fucking idea, but like I'm pretty sure he was just on meth because like pretty much everybody did like drugs for
Yeah,
work to like do work, which is low key like so fucking cool. I cannot wait to like
or like yeah, or like morphine or something.
for real or
I just
just
believed
yeah,
that Hitler suffered from Parkinson's throughout his life.
possibly. I don't know.
I just so
Really. I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know. Um,
Hitler's height and weight.
Carrie, let me tell you
Hitler,
something. Let me tell you
Hitler,
something.
Hitler was 5'9" and weighed 170 pounds.
I knew that. I knew that shit. Uh, JFK, the movie by Oliver Stone, famous movie. Mom has recommended it to me before.
Mhm.
Her and dad watched it.
Did you
The
watch it?
no. The person who funded that movie was like a Mossad agent for the Israelis. So like
What
in
does that mean?
Israeli, like the Jewish, Israel.
He was an agent for
For
them.
the Mossad is like their CIA.
Oh, okay, okay.
And fun fact, the CIA. Well, I'll get into that later. But yeah, so basically, like Israel through Mossad funded that JFK movie because I'm pretty sure the Israelis actually killed JFK because he wouldn't let them have nuclear weapons. And then when they killed him, remember I told you when they killed him, then they oh I think literally it might have been the day they killed him. Like 200 or 300 pounds of it was either uranium or plutonium was lost in Pennsylvania, and he was shot in Dallas. So like within, I'm pretty sure it was like within the week. It was like pretty much like they killed him, and then because the president was dead, like I'm pretty sure they were able to steal what they needed to make whatever like
Oh yeah,
whatever nuclear weapons they wanted to make that they
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
because
I feel
America was
like
like holding
yeah,
the plutonium.
I feel like JFK's assassination. It wasn't just like one guy shooting him. I think it was just like this big, huge.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know what exactly, but
yeah. I wonder what it was. Also, some people I've seen say it was about like UFOs and shit.
remember the
Like they say he was going to disclose it, and then he got killed. And somebody showed in a video that I watched a document that he wrote to somebody, and it was talking about like him wanting to disclose to the public all the like stuff that they know, and then he was killed like the next month, and then his brother said the same thing and wrote a letter to like the people, whoever it was, I forgot who they wrote it to, but then they killed Bobby Kennedy as well in 1968, I think, like 5 years after his brother.
I thought it was later. Wait, when was
Yeah, no,
Bobby
it was
Kennedy?
5 years later, right? Did you hear me?
No, I thought it was later. I thought it
Yeah,
was
no, I
like
said 5 years.
I thought it was like in the 80s. Oh, never mind. It's 1968.
Fuck yeah, bro. It sucks that my brain knows like useless information mostly.
No, I want to know useless information like that. Like,
No. I mean
who was president at the time? Who was president?
Nixon or no LBJ. Was it LBJ?
Um, have your
Was it?
guess. What's your guess?
Wait. Okay, 63. LBJ was sworn in. 67. It was Nixon. It must have been Nixon, right? 68.
It was an election year.
Okay. But who was president during that?
Wait, who?
This is like some countdown.
Lyndon
This is some
B.
countdown shit. Shit.
Johnson.
Yeah, Lyndon LBJ.
No,
Lyndon
no,
B.
I'm looking up his presidency years.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean it should be him.
Yeah, it was LBJ. He was
Yeah.
president.
Yep.
So he was president while um my script is because it was it's 1968. So
Maybe you should reference that.
when was
Okay.
Bobby Kennedy shot?
68. You should reference that. I don't know what day. You should look it up.
Because because then it'd be cool like if they see like
Wait,
any,
let me guess. Was it in April of 1968 that Bobby Kennedy was shot?
no June 5th, 1968,
Shit. 2 months off. Two
which is
months off.
when like my script is. So I'm
For
gonna
real, you
reference.
should reference that. You should carry. You could have that
I
on the
need to start
radio.
like
Carry. Have it on the radio, like while they're talking. Have it interrupt while they're talking on the radio that he was shot. and then
Because I need
yeah, that'll give a date.
because I need to like look up like what happened in 1968,
Yeah.
then I can like reference it. You know?
You could also reference the Tet Offensive if you have a part of it that happens in like January. I'm pretty sure that's when it happened.
No, it's in the summer.
Okay, sure.
Because I'm never doing a winter movie or something set in the winter.
Why?
Because that means you have to shoot in the winter, and that is hell.
Or you could shoot
Because
in like fake asbestos snow.
no, no,
That'd be fun.
that's not. No.
Yeah. Um, how long have we been going? We're doing on
We
time.
kind of just started because like
Oh no, okay, because we did we
we've been
check
at
the
it for
time?
maybe it's been 10 minutes.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's been 10 minutes. Shit. Okay, I guess we'll do until 9:45 and we're chilling,
Yeah,
and then I'll just edit it like tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should be a fucking meteorologist. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning,
I feel like I could see
walk to
you.
the fucking thing, or go on the bus and take it, and then fucking do the
But
weather.
that means, but like it's a lot of science behind it. So are you ready for it?
Yeah, low key, I'm like, it interests me a lot, and it like makes me happy because it makes me feel like present. You know what I'm saying? Because when I learn about the weather in that class, I just feel like, oh, it's just like the weather. It's like the
Does
happiest
UCF
subject.
do you
Yeah, they have.
UCF?
Yeah, they probably have meteorology, but yeah, it's such like a. I mean, I guess other subjects aren't like sad necessarily. Like physics isn't, but it's pretty much just physics, but a specific type. It's earth based. Yeah.
Meteor?
If there's so many different things I could do, just gotta find something.
Okay, they don't have a meteorology.
Are you sure?
I think you probably do like environmental something or something.
Yeah, maybe that might be fun.
I could see you doing that.
Or just going on the fucking radio on
Yeah.
campus, working with
Do
them.
they have a campus radio?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They should. They have them here.
You could low-key do it.
They could.
Yeah, if you had a good enough mic and they just
Well, yeah, because like literally,
like mixed it, mastered it, and
literally
do
give me a
something.
mic and I can make a podcast. You know, I could do like Britney Broski type of thing.
We're doing that right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Like except like just like.
I mean, look, what's in your hand?
But
Are you gonna
I do want to get like an actual microphone someday or something.
get some of them? Are pretty cheap. You could find one. Yeah, what's a good little topic to talk about?
uh,
20 minutes, 30 minutes, about 30 minutes. Yeah, let's do more scrolling. That I will not be cutting out.
um,
Quickly, Gary.
yeah, I'd probably have to do environmental science, and then that would take you to meteorology.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Gary,
but
what do you think about like telepathy and like psychic ability and stuff like that? Do you think it's like fake stuff? Do you think it's real stuff? What do you think about that?
like you mean like tarot cards, for instance? Do you mean like that sort?
I'm thinking more about like human,
Or like
like I'm
mediums?
thinking more about like biological based ability,
What do you mean?
like either like a medium or somebody who like remote views or somebody who does telepathy or somebody who does telekinesis or anybody who does something that's like based on their body doing something.
I think with like telepathy,
Yeah.
I feel like it looks like with you and I, we kind of like think the same thing a lot.
Can I say something that is funny? Because on that note, the telepathy tapes. Okay. This is how we're gonna get this podcast fucking famous, Gary. Talk about this shit because this is a buzzword right now. The telepathy tapes.
Telepathy tapes clip.
Yeah. So basically, it's nonverbal autistic children. Some of them literally have scientifically based telepathic abilities. They can. It's with their parents, I think, or each other. I think. I have not watched it, but like I've heard people talk about it, and I love spewing out like fourth hand information. But
I
anyway,
know.
but anyway, that's basically like us, nonverbal autistic twins. Think about that. That's us. We can non-verbally communicate. That's perfect. No, but I do think humans like use nonverbal communication
But
more than
also,
they do
I
verbal
think,
communication
yeah.
because most of the words we use, we don't even really, because you don't even get the context that you're talking them. The words you use my context because I'm the one filtering them through my mind, and
Mm,
my words get your context. So there's no way I can accurately give you the context I'm thinking about when I'm
yeah.
like trying to tell you shit.
Or
But I can do that through like telepathy because you can just fucking like give a thought. It's not like word based. It's just like thinking based.
or like even with when you give a certain look to somebody, you know exactly what they're talking about.
Exactly. Like I've done that before multiple times because like ever since I got into Buddhism, I realized it's more fun to just like try to like study like crazy shit like that to see if it works. And like I've tried it before where I'll try to like think something and like try to like look at people and like try to think stuff. And like Loki, most of the time it works. You know, if you're not like heavy, dense information, but like simple things that you can use your body language and
Mhm.
also your eyes and like where you're looking to show what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
It works. I think I've done it with you before where I wanted you to like give me something and I just looked at it and I think you gave it to me or something like that.
Really?
So I remember doing something like similar to that, but I forgot exactly what I did. But I remember like that was the thing that like made me happy because I was like, shit, maybe there's something to like,
I also think since we consume the same thing a lot of the times, like with like social media and all that, we can like, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And my opinion is that 50% of like your experience of the world is exactly the same as everybody else, and
Yep.
then the other
Yep.
50% is probably very, 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 very different than everybody
Yeah.
else. So
Because
like,
like also you see like on TikTok or whatever, people give this like they say about this experience they had growing up, and then like in the comments you see like, oh yeah, that happened to me. This happens like whatever.
mm.
So it's like
And then you also see shit that's like you cannot relate to at all. You're like, holy shit, that's such a different experience than mine.
mhm.
Like I see that all the time with a lot of my feed on Instagram Reels is foreign like shit, like Indian kids, Pakistani kids, like kids in Latin America countries, it's literally everywhere, like third world, Africa, a lot of African content, a lot of Middle Eastern content, a lot of Balkan content, literally everywhere. That's like the funniest places to look at the internet videos. Because in India, I love their parkour videos where they'll just literally like break their back. Like literally, I've watched kids, like 13-year-old kids, jump off a building, break his back, and like not be able to get up. And that's the video. They have like slow motion kid jumping off a building, and then they make it like look like it's cool, look like it's cool as fuck with like slow motion and like cool Indian music. That's just like, I can't fucking sing that shit. But oh my god,
But
it's
what
so
about
fucking funny. Some
what
of them
about
do land though. Some of them are pretty cool, but most of them the kids get hurt.
what about like mediums? Do you know any mediums?
Um,
Like Trace of Computer or something?
like I feel like it's rare. I feel like it's not as common to be able to like have a TV show like that. Or maybe they have some kind of kernel of truth where it's like a little bit of ability, but it's like exacerbated for TV or something.
Or I feel like it's called like synesthesia.
Yeah, that's what Frank Ocean has.
I feel like that's how mediums are
Well,
because I think that's how they.
I could see that. Well, the idea behind synesthesia is I was just learning about this today because I was listening to Andrew
Dude,
Huberman,
I wish I had synesthesia. That'd be so cool.
and it's basically called cross-modal like neuronal contamination, where basically like the neurons will fire on with different modes because like a mode is like the way you organize information based on if
Mhm.
it's sound, sight, smell, like every different sense you have to organize information. And synesthesia is where they'll cross over, and then you'll like smell colors, or you'll hear colors, or smell sounds, or whatever the fuck it is. Like people have so many different ones because there's all these different paths they can cross over with. And yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody has a little bit of everything. Like
Yeah,
you can probably find some
I
synesthesia.
feel like if you really like reach in your mind and like
That's basically what meditation is, like hardcore meditation for many years. If you do it like going to the gym, if you do it every day for like 10 years, you'll be like much better at like being able to like go just walk into your mind and find anything you want. It's like a whole universe.
David Lynch.
Yeah.
He meditated every day, twice a day for like 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
they found him actually like passed away in his meditation chair.
That's perfect. That's pretty
And
much
then
how I want to die.
and
That's so
and,
perfect.
and since and he like meditated like all of his life and everything, and he really would talk about it and like
Yeah.
would tell people to
Yeah.
do it. And which is it's just interesting that with the films he made and how like surreal they are and how like subconscious they are
Mhm.
with this meditation. That like that's what he
Yeah,
made.
he showed it.
Or
I
not even
think
with his films, like the artist because he used to paint and
yeah.
like do everything and anything. And
Was
yeah,
it David Lynch, the guy who said that like the best art comes from your subconscious and not
I
your
think
conscious?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, I
You
agree with
should get
that.
into David Lynch because I think you would really like it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or like people would like say, "Oh, explain why," like to because his films were so surreal that they would always like ask him like, to explain them. But it's
Hmm.
like he probably couldn't even explain them. You know, like that's they're not up for explanation. It's more for your own like interpretation of it. Or
Yeah, like I was in anthropology, and was it anthropology I was doing this? No, I was in American government, and I was like really bored, and so I was taking notes because I always take notes now in all my classes, and I was bored because there wasn't anything to take notes on, so I was like closing my eyes, and then just whatever like shape popped up in my mind, I would like draw it on my paper,
Mhm.
and that was like a good practice and just kind of like letting anything like bubble up to like from my like subconscious, like not try to form anything out of like creation, just like let it come up, which is
that's
good.
why I also like abstract art. It's
Same,
very
same. It is
subconscious.
very like
Or
subconscious.
or I love when I like art where it's just like a circle or something, and it's like people say, "Oh, I can do that," but it's also like
They didn't do it.
you didn't do it. But
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
there's this course you could take called biobehavioral anthropology.
That sounds pretty cool. I feel like so David Graeber did more like cultural anthropology. In Britain, they call it social anthropology. I'm pretty
Or
sure.
there's also a class called the psychology of human-animal interaction.
It's probably about pets and like what is it called?
There's
Pastoralism.
also nutritional anthropology,
That would be sick. That'd be
philosophy
fucked
of
up.
science, philosophy, religion, and the environment.
Are you looking at my college's like majors?
Yeah.
It's
Well, no,
crazy.
this is under the environmental studies major. Those are courses you can take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sound like my fucking advisor. I gotta talk to my advisor.
I could honestly be an advisor. I feel like that'd be. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it at all, but
No, I was thinking about it. I was walking
I
home
wish you could like
one
have
day.
like student advisors rather than
Yeah, they
having
do.
an
They do.
adult.
At my campus, basically what happens is the advisors have like student assistants or something,
No.
and to make an appointment, you call the assistant, and then you make an appointment with the advisors. I'm pretty sure because I've done that before. And but if you were an advisor, think about this: your entire job is just like, yeah, help this one kid like do this thing, and then go
Mhm.
to your next appointment. Like, it must be like pretty like cool. because most of it's just like helping out individual problems. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because I actually need to make an appointment with my advisor about because I have a minor
Yeah.
now that I
What do
want
you
to take
what do you pick?
literature and cultural studies.
Yeah. 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 I was editing the last podcast, and at the very end of it, we were talking about talking about that, and then that's when we called and then talked about that.
We didn't
So
even call. We just left the Zoom
yeah, we just
calls.
left this on. Yeah. Little behind the scenes info.
But then at the end, we're like, we should have just stopped the recording because that
Yeah.
it was a good bit or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. We did laugh about something. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, because you were getting on me because I forgot what I said.
I think
Oh
you
yeah, I
wanted
said
to. Yeah.
because I said, oh, you're looking at a film studies major in a
Oh my god! I literally had that
minor
thought
now,
when I was
and
walking
you
around outside today. I was remembering that happening and thinking like, why did she hate when I did that? Like, what did I
no,
do?
because you were just like on. You were like, don't do that. Don't like identify yourself. That's not you. But it's like it's not even that deep. It was just a
No,
joke.
no, 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 no. That's where I disagree with you because when you say shit, okay, this is actually neuroscience that it's kind of hard to. You got to just understand this that when you that words have
I can't. I muted you.
so words have this ability to kind of manifest. I'm the only one talking, Gary. You're trying to mute the only person talking in the fucking podcast, Gary. What the fuck?
I honestly really, I'm really like, you kind of do the conversation and I just like react to it.
Yeah. Do you think I'm
Or
a
like
good?
when I try to talk, you're just like, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I have to be a better conversationalist, like reciprocally. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because I don't know how to give that much. I just know how to. No, I just know how to like talk. I don't know how to like listen and like reciprocate as well.
It depends on the situation. I like know what with the right person. Like I know how to talk to, I know how to talk.
Yeah, like
And
Alan,
then,
for
but I
example.
also,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like best friend, I can reciprocate all day because it's like easier. But like
yeah.
sometimes it's just hard, I guess. Also, like unless sometimes I've realized okay, so like a neuroscience thing that I learned from Huberman was that every 20 minutes your nostrils change what which side gets more airflow out of them, and that breathing pattern changing changes your state of awareness from parasympathetic to sympathetic, I think. So you go from more alert to more calm, or more calm to more alert. So around every 20 minutes, your body and your mind will be more just like chill, or it'll be more like a little bit more aware and like alert. And usually when I'm more alert and shit, I guess I'm either more happy. I guess I'm more happy, but like, and then when I'm more calm, I guess I'm more happy too. I'm trying to think. One of those states I'm usually more
And
like,
you're just so happy right now.
no, 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 no. That
Making
wasn't. That
such
was
giant
the,
Florida
no, no, no. That
and
wasn't
all
the point.
that.
That was
I'm
not the
literally
point.
dying right here.
That was not the point. No, no. One of those states, I'm actually is worse, but I forgot which one is worse because I'm trying to think, but I cannot. I don't know which one is worse. Which one do you think is worse? Being like in the calm state where you're not like thinking about your surroundings, or being more like alert, hyper focused,
Which do I prefer?
energetic? Hmm? Yeah, which
Probably,
one? Yeah,
probably like energetic.
yeah,
Feel like I'm
yeah,
doing something.
yeah. That's pretty much for me during the morning and the middle of the day, and then like the evening it gets more like chill. But no, but the point was that what I was saying was every 20 minutes. So if you think about it, if you really focus on like your moods, every 20 minutes it changes like a tiny bit if you focus
Mm.
on it. That's I'm like maybe 40% sure on like the information let's talk about. And take that with a big
Yeah.
fucking grain of salt.
There's this one TikTok I saw.
Yeah,
Do you know Caleb? He's like a comedian person. I forget his
comedian
last name.
person.
I
Caleb.
think his last name is like Heron.
If you pull it up and show me a picture, we'll find out.
No, here, him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's kind of fat and annoying, in my opinion.
Okay. I think he's like funny.
Yeah,
He's a good
I thought you
stand-up
would think he's
talent.
funny.
He's. I mean, I don't like
No,
um
do you know who I think is funny?
Nick or Adam or someone.
You knew it, Nick. You got the first one. Nick. His name is Nick Mullen.
Oh, no, it's
He
Nick
Curry.
Adam. Who's the other guy?
Stavros. Curry. Nick is so much funnier than that guy. Like he can like
I think it's also
like
just preference on your sense of
no, but
humor.
like he's so much quicker at like building a whole like bit in a story so quickly, so much better.
Anyway, back to my point. I don't even know what I was
Wait,
saying. Oh, yeah.
why did you pause and look
Okay, so anyway,
around? Wait, is that when your mood changed? You went to alert.
no, I just like I noticed my fan isn't on.
Oh,
It's plugged in, but I don't know why it's like not on.
bro, the
But
fan looks like it's a guest on the podcast. It looks like it's like trying to like join in. That's funny. Um, well, yeah, you were gonna say something about
he was like saying that
Caleb. Go ahead.
he was on this podcast with like Brittany Boski and this girl named Drew, her last name. And he was like saying that, yeah, what was he saying? I don't even know what he was saying.
Oh, good shit, Gary. Good shit.
He
Yeah,
was like, okay, he
you
was
bring
saying
up this
when
whole thing.
he was like
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
when he talks to people and he's like, oh, I read this article the other day, or
yeah.
I saw this, I read this the other day. And he's like, oh, I saw it on TikTok. It's a TikTok I saw. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, that is kind of funny. But,
Okay, there's also this one
that
thing
is
that,
fat though. That is very fat because TikTok is the fattest, but most obese app.
dude,
If you have to
no,
think about it.
dude, okay, 2 points I want to talk about.
Hmm.
Besides that, about people in, should I name? I'm gonna name drop. People in Michigan are generally like not good looking.
I mentioned that months ago because same height said that, and now you're just repeating the same height thing.
Because now I think now since you said that, I started like actually noticing it more and more.
You also said that to me, I think twice.
Okay, well, I'm
But
mentioning it again.
thanks for repeating it. We should call you repeating Carrie, something like that. It's
I do really,
really funny.
I do this with Emily all the time. I like say something and then she's like, you literally said that.
Hmm.
You said that already, whatever. Yeah.
Hmm.
But what was I saying? So
Well,
yeah,
at least I know. Anyway, yeah.
or like also in like Michigan, you just see more like just obese people or just like not.
You know why?
Why? What's your?
Okay, you guess, and then I'll tell
Well,
you why.
I kind of because I think people just like it's like cold 70% or not even like maybe 70% of the time, like 9 months out of the year, it's cold and stuff, and like so people don't like care because they're wearing like long sleeves and everything. They just like you know what I mean?
You're on the right track.
They just have the same mindset of like whatever, like it doesn't matter.
Okay, so take the
And they
track.
get bored. And I think that's what because it's like cold and there's nothing to do. They get bored really easily, like a lot of the time, and then they just eat.
Okay,
And
Okay, you're right about the eating processed bad food,
yeah,
and a lot of them drink. Also, big factor. This is probably the biggest factor. Go back to the clothing you were talking about. They wear what? Long sleeves most of the year.
yeah.
What does that cover and block? What does it
Like your
block?
body, like you like
No,
I
what does it block from hitting your body?
like your stomach or whatever.
No, no. If you have long clothing on, and it covers your skin.
Yeah,
What cannot hit your skin? What is not able to?
like air.
What else? That gives you vitamin
Oh, like vitamin D and stuff. The
from the
sun.
sun. Yeah, the sun. Yeah. So
Also, like the sun isn't.
that's the
I mean, I
biggest
get.
factor. Yeah,
Or I mean, I get
because
that.
in
Like
the sorry, sorry,
your turn.
that was a big
Your
interrupt
turn.
session. Big yap session. It's like tennis where we're having a rally off and we're going like the ball's going back and forth really quick. Um, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
But also because it's this is my living situation right now. I haven't seen the sun in like a month or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a like long. I saw it like last week or whatever.
Did
But
you
it's
write
so
on the
cold.
last? You just write on the last date you saw it on your wrist. To
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have like little tally marks on this wall
that'd be funny.
that I've etched in. Yeah, but it's like longer stretches of time between seeing the sun or feeling any warmth on your body naturally.
Yeah, and what I learned about in geography is that in that latitude up there, which is what are you guys in the 40 something latitude, almost the 40s, I think, something like that. I'm not really that sure, but um, in the wintertime, the sun is at a like a lower angle in the sky,
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
I
not
know
even
this
like
from
giving that
astronomy.
much
No, I
energy.
literally know this from astronomy. I just learned about this in astronomy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
so this is there's
Caleb,
like
Caleb,
the latitude and
Caleb,
longitude thing.
Caleb. Okay,
So that
which one is which? Which one is
so
which? Which one is which? No, what do
latitude
you mean? Which one is latitude? There we go. Okay,
longitude.
there we
Anyway,
go. Okay.
so from the position in the Earth and the Sun, since it's tilted away, the Earth is tilted away from the Sun, but it's like closer technically, but it's like this. The Sun is like here, like it goes like this, but then in the summer it's like higher.
Yeah, higher angle. And
Yeah.
do you know what? The higher angle in the sky, the closer it gets to the zenith, which is just
Yes.
above
Yes.
the head,
Yes. Yes.
at the zenith, it's
Yes.
the strongest.
Yes. I
And
know
it can,
this.
if you look at it, it can fucking like destroy your eyes. But if it's like at a lower point in the sky, like during the sunset, you can fucking stare at it all you want, and it's good for you because it's like going through so much atmosphere at
Mm.
that low angle that it like actually is safe for your eyes to like view directly. But yeah, yeah, I never knew that looking at it like directly up above was like way worse, and you can't
Mhm.
do that. But like when it goes down, you're fine, which makes sense. And also, did you know that the sun, if there's no clouds at all and there's sunsets, you can see it's called the green flash, where there's like a flash of green at the very end of the sunset. The sun goes down below the horizon, like you watch below the horizon, then green flash, like
Really?
yeah, and it's from the atmosphere because like the last of the light from the sun before it goes from the earth, like going like covering it up, turning away. Um, the atmosphere is so thick at that point for like a little tiny bit of time that the light will like bounce around in the molecule so much it'll turn green, which is the exact same thing that they use in night vision goggles. The reason why night vision goggles are green is because the light like I think this it bounces it's something around like for like the speed or like the nanometers of the light is like the same at that exact point if the sun
Mm.
sets with no clouds or some shit. Yeah, that's what I learned today. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have
I
class?
think I skipped my class today.
Wait, you skipped it? I thought you said you didn't have class for like 3 days.
Oh, no, we didn't. I didn't have class. The only class I've had, I only had one class on Wednesday. I usually have three. I had one class on Wednesday, and then I didn't have any class on Thursday. And then I had one class. Is today Thursday? Today's Friday, right?
Yeah, today's Friday.
I had one class today, but I skipped it because he didn't take attendance today.
How did you know he wasn't going to take attendance?
Because he said on Wednesday that he's not, because it's still like the memorial of the shooting is on going on until Friday.
Uh,
So he said that if you skip class,
you're excusing yourself.
like,
You're like, yeah, I'm
do you want to know something cool?
grieving. What?
I also do believe in coincidences. Like it's actually insane.
Like,
But hold that thought. My turn. My turn. Literally. So I got accepted to MSU, and then there's an orientation in Miami to go to see about MSU to see if like you want to go and stuff. And that was the day of the shooting
Hmm.
at MSU.
Yeah.
So talk about a coincidence. So you can drop that thought now.
There should have been an omen to you to not go to MSU. Like Karu was telling
Dude,
you. Karu told you to not go to MSU for probably every day since before you applied.
I do wish I went. I said the only Florida school I applied to was UCF, but I
Hmm.
wish I applied to like UF or F,
Bro,
there's an F or FU. I don't know if that was a school
that's not, one of those is more.
or FSU.
Yeah, one of them is pretty like highly like technical. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Just
harder
like
to get into.
because I didn't get accepted into UCF.
Mhm. I saw an Instagram like thing for students in like an inner city high school like SAT thing. It was like the school goal is to get a 990 on the SAT. And it's like Jesus Christ. And
I
then
got a 9.7.
yeah, no, I was gonna send that to you and be like, Kara, you didn't even make the like lowest standards for like the shittiest school in the country.
But also with UCF, that was the only school that wanted my SAT score, and that's probably the only reason why I didn't get in.
For real, for
Because
real.
I got into MSU, but I didn't send my SAT score.
You
But
should have taken the ACT.
I really should, because I was more writing, and you have the
Hmm.
essay with that,
Hmm.
and I'm better with that.
Yeah. I was also
Also,
oh yeah, go ahead.
hold that thought.
Oh, bitch, I'm gonna start doing that too.
What was I say? Oh yeah,
You said
what
hold that thought, and then you're holding your own thought. It's like let yours go. What
you
the
got?
fuck?
Let me get back. Wait. Schools are like failing, like students who fail classes and like completely fail, they still get like are moved on to
Push
the
through.
next grade.
Yeah.
But then like in the 90s or whatever, or like before the pandemic and everything, if you didn't like fail, if you didn't if you failed your classes, you couldn't move on.
Hmm.
But now they're just like testing everybody. And I think and there's like I saw this teacher the other day on TikTok saying that there's a lot so many like there's so many like 19-year-olds, senior year 19-year-olds who are still like angry and like with themselves and like that's why they don't like do good because it's like what's the point? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I heard whatever I've heard all that she said. But like she was talking about this one kid in her class that like picks fights with her and like argues with her and talks back with her. Like she's also like sympathetic towards it because she understands that like because like in like elementary school like there's some kids who couldn't read or write in like elementary school but they just got passed anyways because like that's like the system and now they're in graduating trying to graduate high school but they can't because they can't like read or write or do math or anything
Yeah. And it's not even
and they
that.
don't have
Yeah.
and they don't have any and they might not have parents at home to help them out or anything because they're working or whatever
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids who are born to families who like don't have the time to like raise a kid and like teach a kid like everything they need to learn.
Mhm.
So, and that's because of the horrible like oligarchy we have. That since in the 30s they had predictions for the future that predicted that by I want to say 1968, that was back in the 30s they were predicting this, that people would be working like fucking 20 hours a week or 15 hours a week, and now it's almost 100 years later and we're literally working more and
Or less pay.
like proportionally, yeah, because like Nick was actually talking about this on Compton because Nick used to live in a Chinese like tenement building, like you know those old like buildings that immigrants used to live in the 1900s,
Mm.
early 1900s, when they immigrated to America in the tenement buildings. They still have those some places, and they sell them very cheaply to like immigrant families still after fucking over 100 years, and they're all in horrible condition. Like Nick got like sick as fuck and got like it was black mold like growing in his bedroom and shit. Like he got sick as fuck from living there for like a year or however long he lived there, and basically those like since there's so many um like unskilled laborers that are just surplus like coming into the country all the time from the immigration, um the companies just get that labor all the time, and now they even outsource it because of globalization. They outsource it across countries to just literally slaves, and that's why we don't have like a 15-hour work week because all of the like all of the worth of the job has been what offshores, not for the U.S. And then the workers who now would normally just have like a good ass job who like learn how to do a skill very well. Now they're like stuck with either a shitty job or like going through like the education system, which is slowly getting worse and worse because, like you said, they're just like pushing you through. So if you actually need help, you're not getting help. You're just being pushed through.
Yeah.
And if you're like kind of retarded, like sometimes you just don't
And
know.
teachers aren't getting paid enough, so there's a teacher shortage
Yeah,
as
and
well.
the teachers like already have it hard enough trying to like teach that many kids at once. You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately, it takes a village to raise one kid, and
Yeah.
it's like one teacher versus a village of kids. It's like completely the opposite way around of how a
And
child learns.
also with like the population rising, it's more kids in a classroom and everything, you know.
Mhm.
And then also with like
But the thing about the population thing is, most of the problems with the population is not like real. That's because of like fucking political like boundaries, like nation states and bullshit. Like if it was more towards like a like a unity centric approach, like Buddhism. Like it would
Mm.
be more towards like getting rid of, or like anarchism, like getting rid of borders and just living as people amongst each other. We could we could distribute resources to like everybody, and everybody would be chilling. Like we could all be fine. We just create inequality because that like just feeds the system over and
Mhm.
over again.
Or with like abortion bans all over. Like these women are gonna have babies they don't want to keep and they aren't able to raise or anything.
Yeah, and they already
Or,
have
or
been
aren't
having
able to
that.
support.
Like in minority communities where it's just like horrible socioeconomic conditions, or just with even white communities too, where it's like that any socioeconomic condition in America, in any part of the world where it's like that hard, it's like I would probably say like most people. Like, I think I just said this like 5 minutes ago. Most people probably cannot like raise a kid because they don't
Yeah,
have the time, or I didn't say this. They don't have the money
yeah,
because most people like are just struggling to survive for themselves or themselves and like a partner, so they can barely afford for more than two people. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Especially here. I don't know what country has like the best wages.
I'm not Googling what country is the best.
I would guess Scandinavian countries. Yeah, and also like bureaucracy is a big problem. It's like it feels like an invisible threat that like everybody feels but nobody talks about because we don't see it as a problem. We see it as like a fake solution, which is
Yeah.
like the
Okay.
increased like digitization and like it's like it used to be paperwork, but now it's like just digital shit. Like all that digital bullshit and like organization that creates like false jobs. Like there's David Graeber hypothesized there's like half of all jobs in our economy are fake and worthless and don't mean anything to actually help the economy or to like help people.
Yeah. Okay. The highest wages in countries,
Hmm.
Luxembourg,
Really
Norway,
got that one.
Netherlands, and Switzerland.
Yeah, I almost got. Yeah, so Scandinavia and like Central and Western Europe.
And then like New Zealand and Australia are next.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's weird because like even talking about things, we talk about it with like monetary value like that, but like the idea of money is it's a tool to get what people need in the community so all of them survive, you know,
Yeah.
and thrive. And it's a tool to be used to get that outcome. But it's like when you're just doing stuff for the monetary value, it's like you're not doing this the ultimate goal of obtaining any like monetary value, which is like the second part, using it to distribute like any resources that are needed in your population. Like I feel like most people like forgot about that use of money. Like everybody's so focused on just getting the money as if that's the goal when it's not.
Mhm.
It's like the goal is behind the money. I think I heard somebody say it might have been Andrew Huberman. Somebody said like the goal is the relationships in your life.
Mhm.
The better they are, the better everything else is,
Yeah.
which is very true. Gary, do you think like dogs and cats like think like how much do you think they're thinking? Like when you imagine like Simba thinking, how much do you think he's like in depth
I think
thought?
I think he knows who I am. I think he knows.
Okay, now my question on this: what does he know? Does he know? Does he have a name for you? Does he know you by your face, by your body, by your feet, by your
I
smell,
think he
by
knows me
what?
by. I think definitely by like my touch and my smell,
Yeah, definitely by your
and
nails.
definitely by my looks too. Like he
Yeah,
looks at me.
yeah. I'm thinking about him. I miss him now.
You know, I just want to imagine him just like right here, just being like.
I just want to see him. That'd be so nice.
I'm
Even if
honestly,
even if he was right there, it'd be so nice just to see
I
him.
think I'm honestly just gonna have him in my apartment next year.
Yeah, if you can do that, you should definitely do that because I'd love to see him on the camera. He could carry. He could be the third member. The
I could,
Stavros. He could be the Stavros.
I could put like my phone on him, and then he could have like another Zoom.
Yeah, people would like that, honestly. Yeah. How long have we been going? Ooh, we hit the
Ten
time.
o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll edit this probably tomorrow or Sunday. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Did we finish the topic of like the telepathy and stuff like that? Do we want
I
to
don't
keep
think we
going?
did.
You want to keep going in on that? Or
Mm,
anything else you want to talk about? Or,
has there been anything like you've seen lately or listened to lately or read anything that you liked?
um, in my English class, I was going to mention this. In my English class, we're not listening to it, reading about philosophy, and it was like really hard to read. It was like really interesting because I've never read like philosophy where it was like hard to understand what they were talking about because it was like
Mm,
complicated, but it was, and it was like really fun to like get that like it was I literally was almost about to like leave my computer because I was yeah, I couldn't read it. I couldn't like understand what they were talking about. But then I was like, no, this is when I have to just like keep reading this over and over again. And eventually I like understood it. And then we discussed it in class and it was about how basically there's like multiple different spaces that we live in where you have the first space.
mm,
This is one of the theorizers. It's in my notes somewhere, I forgot the name. But first space, which is the physical matter material world. Second space, which is the inner world, like the thoughts, like your inner head world you live in, and third space, which is like the shared inner world that we all live in together. Which is like I love thinking about like abstract things that are like real, but we don't like see them. You know what I'm saying? But they're like all real. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which is I hate when scientists are like very like pompous, thinking that I hate when scientists are materialists that think that material reality is the only thing that exists and there's nothing beyond that, and like as if they know like everything, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Because I see it more of like in a spiritual sense where there's like this is half of reality, the other half of it is like immaterial, and we can't see it, but we can like interact with it in ways that we kind of know, but we kind of don't know
yeah,
explicitly. Like you could probably, I feel like through meditation you can understand it because if you're just sitting in a room for like an hour a day for fucking 10 years, you'll understand how to just like interact with like the material world and like the natural world, like reality in a more pure sense. That's why people in the past, before all this horrible technology from like DARPA and this like blue light and just all this horrible technology, um, it takes you away from like the just meditative like trance of the world, which is like
mhm,
real. And
yeah.
when I'm just interacting with that is when I feel happiest. But when I'm like interacting with like technology shit, I feel like it feels
But like,
gross.
that makes me think that, I mean, it might be stupid, but like in like the 50s or whatever,
Terry, did you hear what I just said? It's not gonna be stupid.
or like what like, because like nowadays you need music on 24/7. You need something.
Yeah.
You need to be listening to something or
Mhm.
looking at something. I feel like maybe in like the 50s or whatever, like 40s, with like housewives and everything. I mean, I don't know them like if they actually personally if they did this or not, but I feel like most of them just like cleaned or cooked in complete silence.
No, so with that, during that era, they were on Valium. They were on early pharmaceutical pills
Yeah,
that especially middle class suburban women would get, housewives would get, because it would calm them down. So they would just kind of have a great day doing chores and just like kind of taking care of the house, which low key sounds like such a vibe. Just like being on
yeah,
pills,
literally taking me back
doing
to the
chores,
50s, just
and
like
imagine
being
yeah,
housewife.
listening to your favorite records, just doing pills, like cleaning up. Like I love like doing chores while I'm like hot
I might
outside.
have an alcoholic abuse of husband, but I mean,
Yeah, for real. That's how you kind of get away from the pain. But popping pills, popping Valium, popping fucking thalidomide, and having a little baby with fucked up legs. Yeah. We just talking about. What were we just talking about? Shit, this is horrible. Just like the
um,
fucking a flaming Indian pile of dog shit. It's like a fucking river of fucking
we're talking about how technology is ruining itself.
yeah. But actually, yeah, the reason why ADHD is so like prevalent is because of like increased technology use.
Yeah,
It like kind of makes you have symptoms of ADHD, and if you have like technology addiction, you kind of it looks like you have ADHD, and sometimes it helps if you cure the technology addiction. It'll help the ADHD symptoms. It's crazy. It's like literally a drug that like has withdrawal effects and shit like that. You know?
I've seen. Remember Mr. Wells?
Who?
Mr. Wells. He taught you history or not world history.
Welch?
Wells. No,
Wells?
no, Welch. Welch.
Yeah, Welch. Yeah.
Yeah. He literally like would say all the time that like kids are addicted to technology and everything.
Mhm.
Like he's seen them like shit like because he'd see them like have like their hands be like shaking or whatever. He's like they couldn't like pick up their phone or whatever. Um,
Mhm. Yeah, I'm thinking more about like the irritability, like
yeah.
emotionally. Like I've noticed if I'm like away from like the technology, sometimes you'll feel like irritable at the beginning until you kind of like get past that, and then you'll just feel like normal. And
Mhm.
then also like it changes your like socialization because like kids are now being socialized in a digital space and not physically interacting with people. That's why
Yeah.
kids are so bad at like socialization now. But also they're not that bad. They're just bad in the older ways. They're good in new ways, which is like such like the new ways are so like abstract compared to just like normal human interaction.
Yeah.
Like I wonder what the future of like where is the future for like the digital world and like communication and stuff, you know?
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking about. Like when I used to watch TMG, they talked about because they were both web developers, so they would talk about shit, and I didn't know what they were talking about. But like I would just listen because it was interesting, and I would like try to understand. And they were talking about this shit basically. The first version of the web was Web 1.0, and that was like peer-to-peer communication or something. Web 2.0, you could have like a network. Web 3.0 introduced like websites and shit, and that's what we're in now.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure Web 4.0 is like the next like stage of like the internet. And there's like I never knew there was like different like stages of the internet, but like there are. And
Yeah.
the internet turns out like the early research and development into the ARPANET. They used to call it the ARPANET, ARP net. And this UFO researcher actually like this physicist guy, Jacques Vallée. He actually was a researcher with it. He was on Joe Rogan. I watched it, and he said they researched how interacting with the internet, the early internet, not even like this new crazy shit, like the earliest form of the internet, they researched how interacting with it would like input your consciousness into like the hive mind of the web of the internet. You know what I'm saying? So like when you use it, like part of your what I don't know the exact like science behind that, but like part of you're so like your brain is so focused to like the technology that it'll like kind of disassociate into it, you know, into the system, which is what
Mhm.
he's talking about. That was crazy that he was saying that it's like the systems are that powerful, even
Yeah.
those data ones. So imagine nowadays with literally billions of people on this shit, it's pretty much like a hive mind of just billions of people, and they're just one like uniform like artificial intelligence thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I think we have AI. I think the military already has AI. Like you know how they're always talking about like having AI like an actual general intelligence. It's like its own entity, you know, that's actually like good and efficient and not like always failing. Like I feel like the military already has like a form
Yeah.
they've created.
Speaking of Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
I watched this clip the other day
Hmm.
of him and it was Chris Stefano,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how his mother's friend went on a date with Ted Bundy, and like he knew a guy who was in prison with the son of Sam and this guy, who killed like his entire family.
Jesus Christ.
But with Ted Bundy, what was interesting is that the woman could literally like his he she literally she said that she literally saw him like his face like change, like his eyes completely like changed
Yeah.
from like when like they first met, and he was like they were like introducing themselves and everything until they went on the date, and he just like completely like his face like deformed almost, and his eyes completely
Was
like
did he have like multiple personality or like dissociative like identity disorder or anything like
no,
that? Really?
no, no. I don't think he was ever diagnosed with it. I think he might have been like bipolar or
That
something,
might be
but
it.
I just thought that was like, really cool.
You know, it's crazy how like all of that crazy, all of those crazy actions, which is such a general term, but like you know, like murder, like any type of violence whatsoever in human history, like most everything bad has been because of like some form of mental illness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is from either trauma. Well, it is. It's just from trauma. It's either from physical trauma, mental trauma, or emotional trauma, and it's experienced like so early on that it becomes kind of like that. The way that it's like patched up and healed kind of becomes the identity of the person,
Mhm.
not like the trauma. Sometimes the trauma, because if the person like identifies with the trauma, they might identify as like the trauma victim. But so, most of the time, it'll be kind of hidden more, where the trauma wound will be what they'll identify as. Like, okay, I don't know an example, but like, yeah, it's cool how um like you can have a physical wound that you can see on your body, and you can also have like an emotional wound that's
Mhm.
like on your body, kind of. Like if you've ever noticed this, which I have from like Buddhism and learning about it, which the emotions are in different parts of your body if you feel them. Try to feel your emotions. Like the worst emotion in the world is like it's like a scared feeling or whatever, but like it's like a scared about the future feeling that it
Mhm.
exists like the bottom of my abdomen, like kind of pretty much around just where my fucking like testicles are. I guess like it feels like just dropping. It feels like a horrible like gut feeling. That's probably what the gut feeling is, but like
Or
that's
like
like the worst feeling.
or like when I get like depressed or whatever, I feel it like a lot like in my sinuses.
Same.
It's just
Yeah.
like really like heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like pressure. You know.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not like a headache or anything. It doesn't like hurt, but it's just like
Yeah.
uh,
And also, when I feel the like opioid sensation from either doing like opioids or like smoking weed, I feel it warmth on the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? It feels like warmth like rushing down on the top of my head and flowing down, which I experience the exact same sensation only when I'm in a hot shower and I'm just like standing under it and like letting it go down. That's when I feel the exact same thing as like the physical sensation of like the drug, which is cool to like feel that in both pharmacological sense and like the sensation from the water. You know,
yeah.
yeah, it's cool. Yeah, should we end it?
Yeah. Oh, and another thing, another Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah,
He was talking whenever I'm like
sure.
writing.
We should have a Joe Rogan part of the episode, of the fucking
Yeah.
of the
Whenever I'm writing or thinking of what could happen, and I would sometimes I'll think like, oh, was that too dark? Was that like too much? But I think about like would that upset people too much if I did that? But
mhm.
then I think of what Chuck said about you want that in it. You want that to have that disgust feeling. We want that. You want people to. It's cool to see people upset from it. You know what I mean? I forget exactly what he said, but like he
Well,
basically said to like
well, what do you feel if you had to be quoted on it? What would you say?
he
Would you say lean into like the bad feeling or like
yeah
stay away
yeah
from it?
no I would say is he basically said to like lean into it and just
Yeah,
like
yeah. Because going into stuff like that is like being creative. Like going into like creativity is linked with adventurousness and curiosity. You want to like know things that you don't know now, and you want
Yeah.
to. That's basically it. You just want to know things you don't already know. So like people, you'll either go to places physically that you haven't been, or mentally that you haven't been. So like when you're creating shit, you'll try to like do things you haven't done before. And the best thing to do is always just try to lean into the ideas that are like completely new that you have no idea how to do them. You know,
Yeah.
or yeah, like with writing like that, like you don't know how to even talk about a topic that's so dark, but like you just start doing it, and eventually
Yeah.
you figure it out.
Yeah.
Like today when I was at the gym, like physically, I was doing abs, and at first I was like, the entire time before, I was like, this is gonna suck so bad because I, before I do them, any exercise, I write down in my little book like the goal for the day, like how much I'm supposed to do for either the weight or the reps, because I'm always trying to like increase and get better every time I go back. And this time it was like 50 reps, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's so many, and this is gonna suck. So then I started doing it, and then over time throughout the set, it went from like this sucks, this sucks, this sucks to like keep going to like me trying as hard as I possibly could, you know. And
Mhm.
that's how I got up to like 70, and then I felt good because I was like, damn. And it was cool to like feel my emotions change like throughout the set because I was like physically working hard, you know, which is
Yeah.
pretty much the endorphins from the gym that I always tell you about. That's like
Yeah.
the
I
feeling.
have like I want to go to the gym. Like I do, but I just like don't have any motivation there.
Yeah, and but the only time you'll get motivation is like in the middle of the exercise. So like you
Or
literally you
just
won't be
like
motivated until you're literally halfway through doing it.
or it's like I look outside and it's like cold and snowy and gray
Yeah,
out, and it's like I don't want to. I feel like
but can't you just put on a bunch of warm clothes and walk over there?
well, because like they have lockers, but I don't know how they work exactly. So I'd probably just like put on leggings and a sweatshirt and
Yeah,
go.
yeah, you could
So
literally do that. Like just try to make it as easy as possible on yourself. Like you could literally just go there one time and not even work out. Just like figure out how the lockers work and
yeah,
then leave. You know,
yeah,
just like Dr. K gave this advice one time. He was like, if you're trying to go in a direction, make it too easy for yourself to do anything but go in that
yeah,
direction.
yeah,
So like do like make the goal so little that you're like, why wouldn't I just do that right now? Get out of the way with, you know, like step in the right direction. But don't make it so big that it's like hard to try to work yourself up to, you know?
yeah. That makes sense too.
Yeah. Because eventually if it's too easy, you'll be like, fuck this is too easy. I'm doing the harder shit. And then that's when you'll get into the cycle of starting to like do harder and harder shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? The homework, bro. By next time we record, you should go to the gym at least once. And then you can talk about it.
Might go. I'm gonna try to go tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
If it is a Saturday, so like
Don't
shouldn't
even
be too
don't
bad.
yeah, don't worry how busy it is. Just focus on your whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably if you're working out like doing like two exercises, you'll be there for not even like
But then
40 minutes, you know.
also the other thing is I like haven't been outside of my dorm since like Wednesday.
That's insane.
And it's like cold and it's like there's nothing to do and everything. So then like just and then like having to go out, it's like
Yeah, that's like there's this part of your brain called the AMC, the anterior midcingulate cortex, and it only grows when you do things that you do not want to do. So
yeah,
if you force yourself every day to do just at least one thing that you don't want to do, then you'll slowly be able to do things that you don't want to do and get better. And
yeah,
and that can start with like walking out of your dorm, which is a good first step. Just go down the hallway to the elevator, and then come back to your dorm, and then tomorrow maybe go down the elevator. I don't know, you know, work your way down the building. Just take it nice and slow. Especially it probably sucks just like horribly because the winter.
because if it was like Florida and like sunny and like nice out, I'd have to like be outside and
But
have motivation to go
yeah,
do it. But
yeah. But if it was me, I would see it as think with I would be like Carrie. Think about it this way. This is like if I know I'm gonna go back to Florida. Think about it this way. I only have like 2 years left of being here, so just might as well like enjoy it because then I don't want to go back here for like fucking 10 years, you know. So you want to be
but
think about it that way.
the way I also think about it is that like this is like a healing journey or like trying to better myself
Hmm.
or like I don't want to say fixing myself, but like I don't like
Why
getting
not? Why not?
or like because I'm like growing out my hair right now because it's like a huge mess or whatever. Or like
Did you just cut your hair?
no, I like so I had the blonde hair before, remember? And
Hmm.
my roots are growing in and they look really bad. And then I just dyed my hair pink. And that I like regret doing it, but whatever, it's fine. But it's
Bro,
like,
you must have a mental illness because like
dude,
you do shit. You're like, oh, I want to do this, and then literally, I think I've never heard you say, I didn't regret a decision that you had in the past. Like you always are just sad about shit you already did. It's like, bro, just be happy about shit you do. I don't understand
I
why you're
just
sad
it's
about
just like
everything.
it
Like, I mean, I do kind of understand if you dye your hair and you don't like it, and then you're like sad that you dyed it. But it's funny how consistently you'll do things like that where it's like, I'm doing this, you're happy about it, and then you're sad about
what's
it.
like another instance? I'm just curious.
Um, I mean, low key, it's not really a bad thing because it's just the yin and yang of life, where it's like you'll feel good and bad about the things that you do, you know?
Mhm,
Because it's like low key, like every 20 minutes, your mood kind of changes a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Um, because your attention changes.
Is there like not another instance? Like also like chopping my hair off last
Oh yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah. A lot
Like
of
regret
most of
that.
I was trying to think of one that wasn't hair related, but most of
Yeah.
them are hair related.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
kind of like Rocco in a sense. That's where Rocco gets it from. Like he's so upset about his hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I got worried about that you Jewishly lying because I thought he was actually getting beat up, and I was
Well,
like worried. Like I literally went to the gym that day, and I was like lifting harder because I was like hyped up about beating up those little kids for Rocco. It was like helping me work out. It's crazy.
yeah. But as I was saying, it's like I kind of been like this journey of like trying to better myself with like going to the gym and like fixing my hair and like doing things that make me feel good or fixing like my skin with whatever stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today because I was thinking about talking to you, and I was gonna say it's definitely the water that fucks up your skin, you and Kirsten,
I think
because like
before that,
it's
or even
definitely
during
the
the
water.
summer, it was a bad at all, but like then you did here.
Now, could you guys possibly get like distilled water and use that to wash yourself or something? Because
I
like it
don't want
might,
to buy distilled water.
well, just to wash your face at least maybe or
Yeah,
something. It might help you if you want to do that.
yeah, I know.
Because yeah,
But
there's
then
definitely
also
just like horrible shit
but then
in
also
that
a
water.
thing that does happen to women is they go through a second puberty.
It's a woman.
I don't know if it happens to men, but I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. You said woman as in like singular instead of women.
I thought I said women.
Woman. You said woman.
I don't know, whatever. But they
Women.
go through a second puberty, and I think that's also a part of that.
Yeah, don't men do that too? Isn't that when men start going bald and growing a larger stomach and I think their dick grows and they get like more. Is it just more fat or something?
Probably
Yeah,
because I'm sure their metabolism slow down.
you got it. You got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bro, that's gonna be crazy when my metabolism slows down and I can finally
You're gonna
gain
get to
weight.
one. You're gonna get to 1 225
Yeah, finally.
when you're
Like
30 years
low
old or
key.
whatever.
Yeah, what if I just eat healthily until I'm like 35 and then once it slows down, I'll be fucking huge and jacked.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, that's pretty much my goal. Like, because now that I'm eating like fine, I kind of am addicted to this, so I'm just gonna keep doing this until I look exactly how I want to. You know,
But yeah,
my main thing is about the height because I want to height max. I want to be tall as
dude,
fuck,
I want to be taller. Not gonna lie.
bro. You're literally Carrie. Like that's like your core
But then
characteristic.
also
You're
with like
short.
it's that's with like modern because like nobody there's it's them like they
No,
want
but
like
no, no, no. You
taller.
understand? You understand? The Martin Scorsese style filmmaker Carrie character, like that is like such a goal in your life. You have to just be like the tiny little Italian filmmaker Carrie, like honestly with the headphones. You know what I'm saying? With like
But also,
the
but
skull
also,
candy
but I want
headphones. You know what I'm saying? Skull candy headphones wrapped around your neck, doing an IMAX film, whatever the fuck.
you know how like in the Wizard of Oz,
Yeah,
there's like they found like a munchkin, like they
I thought that was fake.
no, it's real. He like hung himself.
Bro, did you see the Munchkins were fucking like raping Dorothy? She was like 14. They were like giving her pills and shit, and they were like raping her on the set. It was
Oh
insane.
yeah. Oh, I don't know. They like damn.
Yeah,
That's literally just
that was. It's like a fucking nightmare. Imagine a bunch of little dwarves.
no.
Like,
The Wizard of Oz. It's like even with this new Wicked movie,
yeah,
like the production in it, it's like cursed. Because like with what happens with the Wizard of Oz, and then now with like Wicked, because a lot of people were saying that like Cynthia and Ariana Grande like lost a lot of weight
bro. Yeah,
during.
definitely from like Ozempic. Like
I don't know.
Ariana looks like fucking horrible.
I think Ariana Grande. That's like honestly body goals. Not gonna lie.
Carrie, that is literally just go on ED Twitter, brother. Like, what the fuck? Like, are you when you say that you said it jokingly or like, or do you seriously want to be that skinny? Because it's like ugly, like how skinny that is.
So look up a picture of what she looks like.
Isn't it disgusting? Like, I hate when you can see
I
somebody's like skeletal system like that. Like, I can see my own, and I fucking hate that.
no, I like that.
No, no. If you're a woman, you should have like fat on your body. If you're a guy, you should have fat on your body along with muscle. With women, you should also have muscle. I don't think you should be like that skinny. Especially, we got so many nutrients nowadays. You should be able to have fucking some meat on your bones.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm pretty much like her because I can't eat that much, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I barely eat too. It's horrible.
That's not, but also it's like I don't know.
What?
Like
Like, what's your dream body in the future? Let's say, like, a year. If you, like, do your goals and, like, go to the gym all the time.
probably just to be like toned and have like a
What does
good
that mean to you visually? Like, tell me.
like
If I try to tell me, like, what that would be like.
um
I love these silent responses.
but you
Really
gotta think
long.
about
Yeah, yeah. Take a really long time. I think a
I gotta
viewer.
think because like
It is kind of funny because there's probably nobody watching at this point. So like, you Carrie, honestly, no fuck.
wait, hold on, I gotta
Carrie,
like lift
Carrie,
up
you
the
could literally
picture.
take an hour for this question because who gives a fuck? There's nobody gonna watch this episode. If anything, any viewer whatsoever in the future will watch like episode like 200. You know, not
Okay.
episode like
So
three,
since
two.
you're like my actual trainer or like fitness,
Yeah.
I feel like you need to like see like my body to see what I want it to look like. You know what I mean?
No. I think you have a flat stomach.
Not really.
Do you want to do it on the podcast?
Nobody's watching this.
True, true, true.
Or
Do
just
it.
it's
Like,
like
let's
you
do.
can cut it. Just cut it.
True. I won't. I'm too lazy. Why are you frozen?
I'm just staring at you.
Fucking horrible pauses.
No,
You
because
gotta,
you said you're not gonna cut this.
yeah, there's no way I'm gonna do that much work into editing this, Gary.
Wait, let me look at what my body looks like. Hold on.
Okay.
I also like have body dysmorphia, 1000%.
Yeah, no fucking shit. You just said you want to be like 90 pounds. What do you mean? Oh, I also
Okay,
low key have body
okay,
dysmorphia. You key have body dysmorphia. You don't low key have it.
okay. See, I just want to be like toned and get rid of like.
You know what I want? I think this is what you want too. Let me just tell you what I want, and then you'll probably be like, yeah, this is what I want. I want to see my abs. That's like my
Yeah,
biggest goal right now is to just see everyone. I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
maybe not abs.
Well, no, that's what you want, right?
Yeah, yeah, I guess that'd be cool.
Yeah, because if you just saw your abs, you'd be like, yeah, I feel good about that. Perfect goal. So done.
Yeah,
Do you also want bigger legs? Because I want bigger legs
no,
as
I
well.
don't care about that.
My legs are like too skinny for my
I
liking.
just want to be like toned, and then like there's like um
Well,
stuff here I want to get rid of. Like
well, if you had abs, they'll be gone. So just
yeah,
all
like
take
just
them out.
like this section.
Yeah, yeah, which is just like maybe 1 pound of body fat, which is like literally, I don't know, a month. Literally, Carrie, your goal would literally come to you within 2 months. Like, I don't think you understand how quick this this will
You
like
know,
happen.
I
You
was
know what I'm
literally
saying?
thinking about this today too. Like I really just want to like go to the gym once and then just come out with abs or whatever.
Well, that's not realistic, but
I
like,
know,
what's
but
more realistic is that if you just also, let me tell you this: never take progress pictures. Only do that like once a year, because your goal should be to not look at your abs at all, and then like in 2 months you'll see them and be like, "Holy shit, I have abs!" Like that's what
but
your
then
goal should be.
also I feel like if I wouldn't, because I do want to do that too. So I feel like if I don't do it, then I'll just feel like I look the same as I did when I
Well,
started.
you know, that's what it's gonna feel like
Because I've
because
also
no, let me tell you this.
bodies.
I'm gonna teach you this. This is okay. So me, I did like fucking amateur bodybuilding shit for like almost a year, and the body dysmorphia with that. If you consistently look at your progress like that meticulously every week,
Wait,
no, let me tell you this. If you do that, then you'll be too hyper focused on it, and you will never see progress that quick. You will only see it visibly month to month. So if you're doing a 2 month thing, take two pictures. You know.
yeah, well, yeah, I would just do it monthly. I wouldn't do it weekly or
Okay,
anything.
that makes sense.
So then,
But
okay, wait, hold on. Looking at my body, how long do you think it would take me to like get the physique that I kind of want? Because
well, you
like,
just want like 1 or 2 pounds of fat off your midsection. So all you need to do, Carrie, is just eat more protein and do abs every week.
yeah,
And Carrie, I'm telling you, 8 weeks. How many week? What is February?
yeah,
So Carrie, the middle of April is what the end of your shit.
it's the end of. I go to the end of April.
Okay, so like yeah, if you do your ab stuff starting Valentine's Day until your end of semester, you'll have abs by the end of semester. If you just do two things, which is at least once a week, hit abs as hard as you can until you like can kind of see them because they'll probably pop out a little bit if you're hitting them. Um, you'll probably be hitting them more than once a week,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
twice
like
a
the
week.
only thing I'm doing really.
Yeah,
Is like
don't
abs.
do it. Don't do it every day. I would probably do it because you probably mainly just go off feeling. You know, if you feel sore, don't do it. If you feel like confident, you're like, oh, I feel like they're gonna be strong today. Go do them. You know, and in 8 weeks, you'll see them like way more than you do now. You'll
Yeah.
like visibly see all of them, and then if you do it for another 8 weeks, you'll see them even more. You know,
Mhm.
and just compound it.
Also, like I see these people on TikTok
Mhm.
saying, being like talking about this and stuff, but they're like obviously like bigger than me and have more body fat than me, and like, you know what I mean? So they're saying it's like takes longer to do and like all this, but like with me, I don't really have that much on me to begin with.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
So
then
all,
if
all
I
you
like
need to do is just give those muscles something to grow with, which is just more protein. So like for you, I would recommend you probably don't eat that much, right? You
no,
eat one meal, 2 meals
neither like one.
with snack, or
Yeah.
you eat one meal, one
Well,
snack.
okay, because I go to Sparties, I don't go in the dining hall.
So
So,
you, well,
so I basically go to Sparty. I probably do like this because you get like one snack and then like one main thing or whatever. So I usually go like maybe once or twice a day.
so,
So
so just, and when you go, do you ever get anything with protein in it?
I try to, but I mean,
Okay, so you're already doing good. So all you would have to do is just do the ab thing at
the thing I
minimum
need to do is
once a
just go to
week.
the gym. Go to the
Yeah.
gym.
Well, also, I would say just increase the meals by one. Do one more meal than you're already doing with protein, because that'll increase that little bit. Will give you. You only need to in 8 weeks probably gain like 1 or 2 pounds of actual muscle for those abs.
Mhm.
So like that shouldn't take that much protein. Like within 8 weeks, you could probably add one meal a day. You'll get the protein for
Also,
those
like
abs.
food gives you energy to go do stuff. You know what I mean? So like,
Exactly. Yeah. And if you're going to the gym and like lifting more every time, more and more reps or more weight, you'll feel more confident about yourself.
mhm.
Especially if you're seeing abs, then you'll feel confident about yourself. So you'll feel better.
Yeah.
So I would just start
What if
at gym.
I saw on TikTok? What if
Yeah.
I go in a no sugar thing?
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been trying to
'Cause I kind of
get
want to
to.
start doing that.
Yeah.
Just go see what
Because
can
the
happen.
only sugar I have is if I eat granola or fruit.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll add sugar to my coffee. Most of the time I have it black. And there is some sugar in like sauce. If I have beef and rice, I'll add sauce on top of it. There's some sugar in that. But besides that, I try to keep it like minimum because I'm trying to get that fucking body fat shit low because I want to be like vascular and I want to be my abs to be fucking like
I
showing.
also want to get like my face like You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, my face is like, I don't really care about my face. I want to wash my face like fucking more consistently because I have a
Like
little
not
bit
like
of acne.
I'm not talking about like I'm just talking about like I want like more of a
Oh yeah, well
it's not
that'll
like
happen.
figurative like
Yeah, if you go to the gym, that'll happen.
yeah.
But also, like your face isn't bad because it's not like hanging down fat off your
Oh
face. It's just
yeah.
like you have like a nice round face, which is just like
Also,
the
I'm
face
sure it's
type.
mostly just like baby fat too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and it's like that's just like your face type.
Yeah.
Like my face type is more like, I mean, some angles my face is more fat. Some angles my face looks more like
Yeah.
rigid.
Right now my face is
Yeah, and some angles your face more looks like more a newborn baby. In some angles it looks more like a chiseled warrior, like a gladiator.
yeah.
Yep, we've been doing this for too long. Should we end it?
Yeah, I've been going for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna stop the recording. Should we salute sign off?
Yes. So I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow.
You
Hopefully.
should. You should.
So like you think so then by the end of April, you think I should be like
Okay, Jesus Christ,
good.
you're still talking. Yes, okay.
I'm just
End of April, 8 weeks. If you
yeah.
eat one more meal every day and go to the gym once a week at least, you'll be better in everything. And also, if you can, buy fruit, eat fruit.
Yeah.
Because I've been eating fruit, I feel much better. Because let me just spit this little fact out. Basically, in your microbiome, there's certain gut bacteria that will produce serotonin, which is the
Mm.
chemical for peace, like
Yeah.
feel good, happiness, peace, with your life. So like when you feel comfortable in your life at peace, that's serotonin releasing. And if you eat more natural foods like vegetables and fruits and whole foods, it releases more serotonin. So I feel like that's why I feel happier because I'm eating more whole foods. It feels good.
Mhm. It's also like hard to eat more whole foods here because it's like
True, they're not as fucking like down here. It's so easy to eat them because they always have them at the store.
like I can't just like go to the store and like buy groceries. I feel
Yeah,
like it's
true.
just like what my campus offers me.
Do they have any on your campus?
Anyway,
Just like fruits, like
I'm
farm
also like a
market.
picky eater, so it's like
True, just try something. Just do stuff you haven't done before.
yeah.
Because if you're going to the gym, we haven't done that before. Might as well do something else you haven't done before.
Yeah, I'm also gonna like try getting stuff with like less or no sugar and stuff and like eating more whole foods and stuff and like drinking more water and
Yeah, I would just do the whole foods and water thing. The sugar thing is kind of like a fad thing. People kind of focus on the
yeah,
sugar, but like low key, if you're just focusing on the whole food element and the water element, as long as you have those elements in your body,
and balance it out.
yeah, you'll balance it out, and you won't need the sugar that you would normally want and crave. So your
Yeah,
body will like
yeah.
balance. Your body will feel it, and if you just do those two things, the sugar, you won't even feel like you need it because you'll be like, oh, I feel fine, I feel good. But yeah, yeah, I would try grapes. They're very sweet. Or blueberries
But it's mainly just like
oranges.
texture,
Yeah,
texture. Right?
the texture is after
Yeah, I like
after you eat like one of the fruits, you'll be fine with the texture, you know, because your mouth will get used to it after like 5 minutes if you just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like
but I'm excited for next year because I'm actually can like have some sort of control over food I'm eating in a way.
true, yeah, because you'll go to the store and have like the apartment. Yeah, yeah,
It's like
that'll yeah,
Sparty's is like a gas station type of thing, so it's just like gas station
mhm,
stuff. So it's like it's the same thing all the time. So
yeah, yeah. Next year is definitely bulk season for carry. That's when it'll be true. Like you'll probably get really hard into the gym because you'll be able to like go
yeah,
and have much better nutrition next year and stuff.
yeah.
So that'll
And
be
then
cool.
it'd be cool like in the summer once I do get abs and everything, or like not or like a
Well,
total
think about
body.
it. Yeah, if you just literally once a week remember to go to the gym and do this, like
Yeah.
by the summer you will have that done. So you'll be chilling.
Or like everybody will be shocked and be like, Carrie, when did you get abs? What?
Yeah, exactly. If you just train hard enough,
Yeah.
results will show. Just focus on the intensity of the training. Because if the harder results you want, the harder training you
Yeah,
need
because
to
I'm just gonna
put yourself
do
through.
because also what I'm gonna do at the gym because I'm gonna do the ab machine until fail,
That's what I did today.
and then I'll do like I don't if they have a stairmaster, I'll do the stairmaster. I'll do like a treadmill or something. But I
Yeah,
think if I just did like those two things or whatever, that'll be fine.
yeah, yeah. That's a good goal.
And maybe like a plank or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, just the key is don't stop just when you're uncomfortable. Stop when you literally your muscles can't even like do it. You know,
Yeah.
because there will be a point where you're uncomfortable, but you're still able to do it if you really push yourself, and you'll be able to do that for like more reps than you think, because your body is like capable physically of more than you think if you
Mhm.
really try and like push yourself, and then you'll be like, oh wow, I surprised myself, I did more than I thought I could, and you'll just consistently do that every day.
Also,
But the only way to do that is if you really try like as hard as you possibly can every single time.
yeah.
Then you'll improve every time.
Also now since you're going to the gym and like eating more whole foods and all this, just
Yeah.
has it been helping your stomach with like pain and everything or like
Yeah, yeah. So basically, what I figured out is to get around any of that like bad stomach pain shit. The key is hydration and water.
mm,
This is 30 ounces. If I have any stomach problem, I drink all of it, and then I go to the bathroom because I'll usually have to go to the bathroom within like 10 minutes of doing that,
or like does
and
it
I'm
help with
fine.
like consistency or something?
Consistency. So,
Like not being constipated.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, if you're
Okay.
constipated, like sometimes I feel like, oh, I can't shit. So then I'll be like, I'm gonna go back to my dorm. I'm gonna drink one of these, and then I'll go to the bathroom, and that's what I'll do every time, and it always works because it's just like think about it like fucking pipes. You flush it out with water. So just do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, have you been drinking more water? Because that's definitely a key to make
yeah.
you
I've been
feel good.
trying to.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Um,
Yeah. Just keep trying. Just
yeah.
don't try to make yourself like 50% better every day. Try to make yourself like 1% better every day. You know, do like very small steps towards success. Anyway, oh look at that fucking mini fridge.
But I
Fuck
can't
yeah,
open it though. That's the thing.
that's fucking insane. You gotta go to the gym.
Like, I'm going to take off. And it's like nice and cold and stuff, but I can't open it. I forgot to ask Kirsten.
It's wild.
Oh,
Right, you gotta, Gary. You should do one like weight exercise. It's like heavy as fuck. It'd be funny if you got really good at one weight
honestly, what
exercise.
if I get like really strong? What if like get big arms or something?
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? If you just pick one that you want to do and then just only understand that, because that'd be really funny if you could, you just randomly could lift like 300 pounds on one thing, but everything else you have no idea how to do. You only know how to do one thing. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Do you think if I just did like one thing, it would like actually help me,
There's this
or do I have
guy.
to do multiple
So
things?
there's this guy who has like some like neurological thing where he can't like train his abs or wait no what is it? He can only train his arms and his he can only train his arms and something I don't know whatever the fuck, but he can only do like tricep
Mm,
extensions and like bicep curls or something. So, and with those two exercises, he's like jacked as fuck, like all
okay,
over. So like it does. There's like studies that
because you're
people like
working the muscle. You know what I mean?
yeah yeah. But the thing is, it's like yeah, when you get to heavy enough weight on everything, it becomes like a full body exercise with pretty much any exercise you do. Besides some isolation stuff that's like very limited, like a shoulder raise, for example, like that pretty much only so right there. But like, for example, like when I was doing sit-ups today, not only do the abs hurt, but also um the other abdominal muscles hurt, like the obliques, and also the um the hip flexors, I think they're called, which are the things that your legs are here, your torso's here. They go, they like the tendons that go like this, you know,
Yeah.
they connect your torso to your leg. Those hurt when you do sit-ups a lot. Like I was doing those today. You could feel that
Or
definitely.
like with like abs, because I see all these girls like doing like 5 different ab exercises. Does that matter if you do different ones, or
Not
like
the only thing
you would maybe just have to do like one?
no, so like basically the focus you should think like a bodybuilder which focuses on feeling and intensity. So like if you feel the muscle and you feel every part of your muscle contracting and doing the exercise and then you go to an intensity where you cannot do anymore, then you're good for the day because
Okay.
then you're like you're basically what you want to simulate with weight exercises with resistance training is like you're fighting an animal and you're trying to beat it, you know, because that's what muscle growth is for, to fight like animals, to kill them,
Mhm.
to eat. And so if you think about it, like you're doing your sit-ups to try to fight an animal, and the next sit-up is like another punch or whatever to kill the animal.
Yeah.
Like think about it like that, and every time you do more sit-ups, like you're closer and closer to your body. You're telling your body that you need more muscle to be packed on to fight this animal every week, and the animal is getting like stronger every week. You
Yeah.
know. So if you
Got it.
if you think about it that way, yeah, good shit. Finally got it. Yeah. But yeah, like with squats, like when you do a body barbell squat, that feels like a full body exercise because the weight is like on your upper back, and you have to balance not only like side to side, you have to also balance forward and backward, so you don't fall backward and you don't fall forward.
Yeah.
And I've done both of those in the past, and you have to use your abs to do that. Also, an exercise that you wouldn't think about using your abs, but you do use your abs, is the tricep push down, where you have a cable, you have a cable, and the weight, and you pull it down with your arm, like push it down. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And you use both arms. You go like
Yeah.
push it down like that, and
Or with like a rowing machine, you're using like a lot of muscles in the row.
yeah, with your back, you're like back. But yeah, this one, your abs, because you're like you're holding. If when you hold, when you are like holding the weight down,
Mhm.
you're like shaking kind of, and you have to like stabilize yourself because you're
Mhm.
like, oh my god, and then it slowly pulls back up like that,
Oh yeah.
and then you have to push back down again with like both hands, and that like makes your core go crazy because it feels like you're, you know, when you're in a pool and you're trying to push something down underwater and not let it pop up. That's exactly what it's like.
Mhm.
The exercise movement.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So like I don't need to do like 5 different ab exercises. I can just do like the
you know, just do pick
okay.
one that is your favorite, and if you just do that every week for
Okay.
2 to 3 months, you'll see your abs. The key is the intensity. Yeah. Just go
Like,
until
so I'm just gonna I'll probably just do it until like fail.
yeah, not yeah, and do it until like really try to put yourself like think about it this way, like the Buddhist way, like enjoy that you get to experience the pain that you don't get to normally experience of
Mhm.
your abs hurting so much. Like how often do you get to do like 100 sit-ups? Not that often, but when you go to the gym once a week or twice a week, you get your experience where you get to be in the most intense like pain of the week
Yeah.
where it's like or the intense like struggle where it feels like your muscles can't even move anymore, but you're gonna push it. You're also a key thing is if you can't even like do if you're doing partials to that point where you can't even do a full rep, but you can get a little bit off. Just keep doing those. Keep and hold them too. Like what I was doing today was partials, hold it until I couldn't hold it, and then lay back down slowly. Then do another partial until I couldn't hold it anymore, and then that just keeps. It's like the best fucking training. Like yeah, it's just fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, another thing. Just popped into my head
Hmm. Jesus
that
Christ, this is a long one.
is it still recording? I didn't know if it was still
Yeah,
recording.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, last thing.
It'll just
Yeah,
be like a bonus thing. Another. This is for Patreon. Just kidding.
bro, we gotta if we could
You should. We could do Patreon. I don't know if you
in the
pay for it,
future, in the future.
but something I see a lot of people complain about is the quality of camera on iPhones.
Bro, look at your quality right now.
No. This is my point. That
Yeah,
like they miss the bad old quality, like what I am, and
yeah.
they don't want
You already talked about this in the podcast, Gary. You're already repeating yourself. That's crazy.
like I. But do you want bad quality or like bad quality, or do you want like?
Honestly, I agree with that kind of view
Because if I'm
a
like
little
taking a
bit.
picture of like myself or something, I don't necessarily need like a 4K image of it.
No, because
Like
I,
you
I
know what I
see
mean?
it as like a painting kind of. Painting is not always like the most detailed thing. It actually looks kind of good when it's not the
Yeah.
most detailed.
Or like this, I like this because you don't need to see every single like
Yeah,
pore or crack or crevice on me or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Mine is pretty smooth too. Like
Yeah.
this looks pretty smooth and everything. The wall looks smooth.
But
The
I like that
lighting.
it's like less. That's like this.
Hmm. Yeah, and for me at least, most of the podcast thing is like about the audio vibe, which is something we got to work on. You know, we got to get that audio vibe going to where it feels more like we 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 can only record in the middle of the fucking day.
Yes, we're
No
not.
more of
We're
this
not.
night shit.
We're not.
These night episodes are so fucking trash. Anyway, let's end it there.
Okay. Um.
I'm gonna finish recording. We can still talk if you want. But
Okay.
let's salute.